Welcome to Cognoto Key. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the master game plan that the world's biggest companies use to decide their every move.
Have you ever wondered how these massive corporations, how they decide to buy another company or launch into a completely new country? Well, let me tell you, it's not a shot in the dark. Behind every single one of those huge decisions, there's a very specific, high-level master plan at work.
So this master plan, it actually has a name. It's called a corporate level strategy, and you can think of it as the ultimate blueprint for the entire company. At its heart, it's the game plan created by the top bosses, the C-suite. It's their grand vision for steering the whole ship, not just one department or one product, but the entire organization. So what makes this strategy so special? Well, for starters, it's sometimes called a grand strategy, which I think sounds about right. It's always cooked up by the highest level of management, and it's all-encompassing, you see. It looks at every single piece of the company, all its divisions, products, and customer groups, and it weighs all of that against what's happening out in the world and what the company is actually good at. Okay, but you might be thinking this is just some boring document that gathers dust in an office, right? No, not at all. This strategy has some really powerful features that are absolutely crucial for business to thrive.
Let's break down its four main jobs. First, it sets the direction. It's like the North Star for the company, pointing where it needs to go in the long run. Second, it guides decisions all the way down the ladder, so everyone is pulling in the same direction. Third, and this is a big one, it's all about managing resources, making sure money and people are in the right places to get the best results. And finally, it ensures cohesion. It's the glue that holds everything and everyone together. All right, we've got the what and the why. Now for the really fun part. Let's look at the actual moves a company can make. Just think of these as the four main plays in any big corporation's playbook.
First up, we've got this stability strategy.
This is basically the if it ain't broke, don't fix it approach. A company uses this when things are going pretty well. The goal here isn't to take huge risks, it's to protect what you've already built, stick with what's working, and just aim for some nice, steady growth. It's a lot more common and smarter than you might think.
Now, from playing it safe, let's jump to the complete opposite end of the spectrum, the expansion strategy. This is when a company decides to put the pedal to the metal. It's all about aggressive growth, getting bigger, broader, and bolder. This means they're pumping in more money. And you'll often see this happen through big moves, like diversifying into totally new areas or buying up other companies.
But business isn't always about growth. What happens when a company gets into trouble? Well, that's when they pull out play number 3, the retrenchment strategy.
This one is a scale-back approach. It's a defensive move, really. When a company is struggling, maybe during a financial crisis, it has to shrink its operations to stop the bleeding and cut costs. This can mean trying a big turnaround, selling off a part of the business, that's divestment, or in the most extreme cases, liquidation, which means shutting down for good. Okay, so we've seen 3 very different plays. But here's the thing about the real world. Giant companies are rarely just doing one of these at a time. And that brings us to our final, and maybe the most realistic play of them all.
And that's the combination strategy. It's pretty much what it sounds like. It's a mix and match approach where a company uses 2 or even all 3 of the other strategies, all at the same time.
And this chart shows it perfectly. Imagine a big company. It might be using an expansion strategy for its exciting new division that's growing like crazy. At the very same time, it's using a stability strategy for its main reliable business that just keeps chugging along. And in another corner of the company, it could be using a retrenchment strategy to deal with a unit that's losing money. This is what modern corporate strategy really looks like.
So really, it all boils down to this. The whole point of corporate-level strategy is to give managers clear instructions on 2 things: how to handle all the different parts of the business, and how to use the company's valuable resources in the smartest way possible.
So, I want to leave you with a question to think about. When you look at the companies in the news today, which of these plays, stability, expansion, or retrenchment, do you see happening the most? It's pretty interesting when you start to notice it.
Hey, if you enjoyed breaking this down with me, please do me a favor and hit that like button, share it with someone who might find it interesting, and of course subscribe to Cognoto Key for more explainers like this. Thanks for watching.